What is the crack, lads? Welcome back to another player review. It feels like I'm only doing these videos now, player reviews. There's so many cards and packs that they've added, but we will be getting back to Dream Team quite soon, as well as having a couple of other bits and pieces on the channel. So yeah, we will be doing a live stream as well quite soon, so make sure and keep it locked for when we go live on that. And we will be setting up the Discord that's open now, but we will be extending that out. But anyway, look, on to the Japanese Premium Edition. We already did the other pack, the Japanese National Team Selection, Furuhashi, Maeda, a couple of other players there, but this one has 11 players, and it follows on from the Argentina pack, the English pack, the Brazil pack, and the French pack and German packs. German packs. So yeah, you've got 11 players ranging in skill and ranging in progression. There are a couple of highlights here. As ever, we're not going to focus on every single player on eFootballDB.com and Maximo. You guys can do that. I will leave a link in the description below. And let me know any feedback for eFootballDB as well. The lads are still trying to improve it and take all your feedback on board. And there will be a dedicated section over on the Discord when we open that up as well for eFootballDB. So yeah, let's get on with it, right? We're going to start with the pick of them, right? And switch it up a little bit and go from kind of best to worst, right? And we're going to do this in real time because this guy, lads, Ito, is a very, very, very unique player. And he is obviously the hero card of this selection. It's from match day, February 1st, 2022, which was only a couple of months ago. But yeah, he's an extremely, extremely good card and a very interesting card to level up, because I'll tell you why, right? There's so many things with this card. You've got unwavering form. He's on B rating because he's a legend card. On top of that, you've got super sub. You've got so many beautiful, beautiful dribbling player skills, such as double touch, which is invaluable, heel trick, cut behind and turn. Then you've got shooting skills, long range curler and rising shot. And then you've got passing skills, pinpoint crosser. As a winger, that's invaluable. Gamesmanship, super sub is unreal, and true passing. And then you've also got early crosser and speeding bullet, amazing run and incisive run. So lads, the AI on this guy when you're not controlling him is going to be incredible. And when you have him as well, you're going to be able to train him up in so many different ways, right? So he is definitely one of the main reasons you should be looking to get this pack, lads. If you are looking to get it, he's definitely incredible. He's got 112 progression points, 57 levels to go. And even his base stats there at the moment, lads, are not too bad. 77 acceleration. All of them are going to be improved massively when we train him up. Excuse me. I need a drink. But the dexterity can go 24 levels from here. We could max him out at 99 with 22 levels gone. But yeah, we don't need to do that. I mean, we just need his pace to be at about maybe 90. And then obviously get that up to about 90. And then you're going to have a winger that has got 85 dribbling, 90 speed, 90 acceleration, 89 stamina. We need to boost up a couple of more bits and pieces. His passing doesn't need to be touched too much. Now, this is where the card kind of differs, right? Depending on what you want to do, okay? As a winger, you don't need massive stamina, especially if this guy is going to be a super sub. So we can actually take this down a good bit and bring his pace down a good bit there. And that's going to give us back, we have 42 points. This is where you need to differ, right? This is going to take us, 22 points to get us from there to there, right? So I don't think it's actually worth spending 22 points there, because that 84 speed is going to be enough if you're going to be using this guy as a super sub. If you're not, you can just basically play him for maybe 70 minutes and he should be doing enough in that. You're either going to win or lose and then be able to bring on a replacement for him. But yeah, depending on how you want to train him up. If you want to use him as like a dribble-centric kind of taking on the man and running in, like how you would use Dembele or Anthony or one of the top class wingers in it, you could definitely boost him up the way. I'm going to show you two versions of him, right? So the first one is this. This is how I would probably rate him up if I did have him. I would leave his dribble or his lower body strength there, and I would probably boost up his dribble into maybe 87. I would try get that tight possession up a little bit. His passing doesn't really need to be touched. This is where it's going to eat your kind of most stats. I would need to get that offensive awareness up to 80. His acceleration and balance are very important as well. And then I would pump the rest into dribbling to get you 90 dribbling, 93 acceleration, and then you could decide whether you wanted to have a little bit more to speed or whether you wanted just one more point there, and then obviously you can put that onto passing. You're going to have a 92 overall winger. You're going to have 90 dribbling, you're going to have 88 ball control, you're going to have 94 acceleration, 86 balance. Absolutely incredible card. I think he is a reason enough to get this pack if you're looking for something different. If you're looking for something different and not to have your Neymars and not to have those regular players that everyone seems to have, he definitely is somebody that I would recommend. Like, he looks absolutely insane. And he is always going to be on B form, and he's an iconic celebration and all that sort of stuff. Similarly, in this pack, lads, we do have Endo, who we will check out here now as well. He kind of caught my eye as a DMF. He's got some really interesting stats if you are looking to kind of have a DMF that's not your run-of-the-mill guy, right? So straight away, we do have interception, we have man marking, we have heading, we have acrobatic clearance and captaincy, we've got unwavering form, and then maxing him out over on eFootball DB, we have got 90 tackling, 88 stamina, 80 lofted pass, 77 acceleration. That is extremely good with that player card. That's one of the best DMFs in the game, lads, if you can actually use him and he handles well on the pitch. Similarly, we've got Yoshida, who's a centre back. Not bad either, a very decent player. He's got high defensive stats. You're going to be using this guy as more of an aerial kind of, not a threat, but to kind of like deal with aerial threats is what I should say. 12 points into defending, 7 into aerial strength. You could, look, if you wanted to, I never really focus too much on acceleration, lads, or speed. It's not a massive difference, like, to me, whether a player is like 1 or 2 lower speed. The acceleration is probably more important. 73, physical contact is really good. His defense stats are really good, and then the header with that height is going to be good as well. He's got interception and he's got blocker, which are 2 vital stats that you do need if you are, defending a lot through the center areas. Going back to the actual game, we have Endo here as well, we focused on, and as I said, he is a very, very good player as well. He's got a couple of different player stats. We've also got Morita, who we'll focus on in a second as well. Really good player, sliding tackle, fighting spirit, interception. He has standard form, but he's on D rating, so that kind of takes him down a little bit. But still, the stats that you're going to be seeing here are actually quite decent. If you look into his stats, they're very nice. He's more of a passer. So I definitely would recommend Yoshida ahead, or not Yoshida, Endo ahead of him, but still a very decent player if you wanted him, the sporting Lisbon man. So Minamino is next. He's a really good winger. There is obviously an option that you can have how you train him up. I said that there with Ito, lads. If you wanted to train him up in a different way, right, you could actually take away a little bit of the dribbling and you could put the passing up, because if you want to be crossing shots into him, you don't need that acceleration or anything else. You can just do the cross and the lofted pass, and that would be an option there. With Minamino, I think he's more suited to be a dribbler. Like, you're not really going to be boosting up that pass too much. That is how I've trained him up. 35 levels, 91 overall. He's a bit of a beast as well, lads. I will say that. His form isn't the best. He doesn't have the best player skills, but he has everything you want as a winger. And then speaking of wingers, we have Matomo, who's one of my favourite players in the game on my other profile, on my cheap Rags to Riches squad, which I will be doing on the PS5 as well soon. Roman flank playing style. He's got speeding bullet. He's got double touch. He's got flip flap outside curler, incisive run as his playing style. Absolutely brilliant player. And this guy is like a kind of an eFootball special player that plays way beyond his stats. 90 acceleration, 90 dribbling, 85 tight possession, 81 balance, doesn't even really matter too much. He doesn't have early crosser or the pinpoint crossing, so you are going to be using him as a more traditional kind of left winger that's going to be taking on their man. But his base card, lads, goes to 47 levels, and it's insane as well. And then last of the featured ones, we have Taniguchi, who at 38 levels. He's not going to be the best player that you buy, but he's not a bad player either. He doesn't have amazing player skills, but that 3 form and also that speed and acceleration means that you can kind of boost him up fairly high if you want to have a fairly fast centre back. So yeah, going back to the game just to finish out the rest of them, we do have a couple of more here. We've got Itakura here, who's not a bad player. He's got really good defense. He's got unwavering form, fighting spirit, interception, aerial superiority. Quite a decent player. The 31 levels do kind of limit him a little bit because of the acceleration and the heading. But other than that, yeah, you can get his defense really, really high there as well. Physical contact is a very important stat now, lads, for your central midfielder and centre back players. So we'll get into that as well. Who else do we have here? We have the right back, Japen. Again, it's not a bad player. Doesn't have that many player skills, so I wouldn't really focus too much on him. He's not going to excel in any like attributes or any stats. We also have Tanaka, who's a DMF. Another player that has standard form, man marking weighted, pass long range shooting. A bit of a nice mix, but yeah, not somebody that I would focus on too much with those 39 levels. And then last but not least, we have Gonda, who's the goalie. Again, I'm not going to focus too much on the goalkeepers, lads, because by now you should have a goalkeeper that's one of the best in the business. And if not, you need to save up GP and get somebody like Donnarumma or get somebody like that. And that's it, lads. I think that is it. That's all the players covered. If I missed one, I apologize, but that is it for another player pack review. The National Team Pack Japan, the premium version. I did the other player selection pack as well with a couple of other players that aren't featured here. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of this. It's definitely a really good pack. I think Ito by himself is insane. It is pricey. It is pricey at 1,500 coins when you're talking about comparing it with the rest of these. Like, you can get Germany or England for 900, but definitely he is one of the better legends that they have released, or better iconic moment versions that they have released. So yeah, let me know. It's a very unusual and unique card. I think if you came up against that, it would be quite fun to play with or against. So that is it for me, lads. Don't forget to subscribe. We'll be back later with some Dream Team. Peace.